Hey everyone, welcome to Pot of Coffee Podcast with Bruce in Brooklyn. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey.
We got a special guest with us again. We got Marty's Gaming and such, and he's going to touch on some gaming for us, and then he's going to hang out with the rest of the show, and I think we're going to blast off.
We're going to blast off into outer space.
How you feeling today, Mr. Marty?
I'm doing pretty good.
Wonderful.
Not too bad. We got a stream off today, so that was always a good thing.
You got a what?
A stream off.
We got a stream of Kirby's Dream Land 3 off today.
So is it like you playing like other guys playing the same game?
No, I'm just
like you got served and then it's somebody else.
Sometimes we can actually do games where we'll be streaming and playing with other people, but like a lot of the games that I'm playing now are just like solo games. So
okay, but is it like a competition? Like,
no,
when you say like a Kirby off, because like I was telling Bruce, I think like, oh, it's like a dance off, or like like you do something really cool, and then all of a sudden somebody else playing the Kirby game does something cool.
See, we logged into it today. Well, I logged into
you
it.
Logged into it.
But Brooklyn has no clue what it is, but yeah.
I know what Kirby is.
Yeah, but she doesn't understand how the streaming and the whole gaming thing works.
Oh, no.
She was watching
basically, I'm just bringing content that I'm playing and having fun, and bringing the content to other people to watch and enjoy. Again, there are like the Facebook gaming league. They do weekly, where it's like, I think it's like 32 people this year, or close to that, and every weekend they have two people going against each other until they get to the finals, and then at the end, somebody gets something really, really nice. So it's pretty cool. I didn't sign up for that this year because, again, I'm still getting everything situated. I just want to make sure that before I get into doing something like that, that I would be able to, bring the content correctly.
I know there's a lot of people making a lot of money doing stuff. You can be like top, so many in the state, and then there's so many in the country, and then you can go to all of these gaming tournaments. Yeah. Do you do stuff like that too?
I mean, eventually I might get into doing something more less along those lines, depending on what's going to be going on with this COVID-19. So, I mean, Again, everything's up in the air with getting out of your house and getting into convention centers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's holding everybody back.
Have been moving towards the online, so we'll see where it goes. I mean, looking at what they're doing with Fortnite, Fortnite has a lot of things coming into it that, again, bringing cash and just a lot of creativity to the gaming community.
There's been a lot of DJs playing concerts and hosting events on Fortnite, and
yes.
I think there was a big event on Fortnite this week or something, wasn't there?
The live event was of Midas. What he did is he had launched a Doomsday device that in turn had changed the map, which is a completely different area now. A lot of floating areas, a lot of water. They added sharks, which also brought in the Season 3 Battle Pass, which includes multiple players that you could get for free with getting the Battle Pass at leveling up to level 100.
Gotcha. So that should be an exciting change for all the Fortnite players and whatnot.
Oh yeah, no, there's been a lot of people that I've seen already on there, and I mean, it looks like a lot of people are having a blast, so.
That's good.
Now, I know I was on your stream this afternoon, and I was having a blast on there, and there's some good people on your stream, and we were having a nice little chat, and it was real fun. I was enjoying watching you play Kirby, and that was a fun thing to do. We're going to have to get Brooklyn on there fooling.
Oh,
I'd be so bad.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be terrible. You wouldn't want that.
You got to keep it PG because there's kids.
I know.
I know. Bruce slipped today.
My mouth might get me in trouble.
That's what happened to me today.
But Marty, where can people find your stuff?
You can find me at multiple different locations. Hold on one second. I got obviously my Facebook page, which is Marty's Gaming and such, and then I do have, once my laptop wants to work with me here, I have a Twitter, Instagram, pretty much everything that I've been able to reach out to get myself plugged into. I've been trying to. I don't know why my laptop's acting so slow.
Weed tube.
Yeah, weed tube. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up my information so that I can actually give correct statements of where everything is actually supposed to go to. So.
Yeah, Brooklyn brought that part of the show up early. It was supposed to be at the end.
No, I wanted to do it a couple of times. I thought that would be nice.
Okay, that is nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I have my Facebook, which is Facebook.com/Marty's Gaming. My Discord, which is Marty's Gaming number 4829. YouTube at Marty's Gaming and such. Twitter at @andmarty. Instagram Marty's Gaming. TikTok at Marty's Gaming and such. The WeTube Marty's Gaming and such, and Snapchat is Marty's Gaming.
Nice.
That is a long list.
He's on almost every platform.
Everything. Huh?
We got to catch up to him.
We got to get that Snapchat where we got the dog faces.
Yesterday I just posted my first TikTok video, which is me throwing a chicken in Tomb Raider, which was pretty funny.
Some of the I've seen the
some of them videos are funny
for them, and some of them are.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe we could incorporate it somehow, but I don't know how we could do that. Maybe.
I could think of a couple of ways.
So
yeah, there's always ways, man.
Before we get aboard this rocket ship here that Brooklyn wants to launch off on, anything else that you want to touch on in the gaming world, or anybody we should be watching that has like cool streams or that we need to know about?
I mean, there's always really, really cool streams, and all I can say is that if you're listening, to just make sure that you hop over to the Pot of Coffee podcast group that's out there, and you'll see plenty of gaming content that I'll be posting. Plenty of good streamers over there for you guys.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the streams you've been putting up. I love that truck driver, dude. I gotta get a set like that, like a whole rig in my studio here, and I'm just gonna sit here and run shit over.
Are you gonna? I'm gonna be the little kid going like with the air horn.
He probably has a real air horn on his chair. I bet you. It's like a real truck. I'm amazed by the thing.
That's all hooked up to the buttons. That he puts a real key in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Video game. It really is.
Bruce showed me this one guy doing it with the truck driving and stuff, and he was really good. He should just do that for a living.
Well, if
they actually have that,
because I watched two different streamers that do the simulation driving games. Raya Stream.
That's the one I was watching.
Raya Stream. He actually is a real swift driver at his real job.
So imagine working all day and then coming home and to relax, you're driving another truck.
Some
video game.
But I bet you he's probably a really good truck driver on the road too. Besides the signs, he doesn't like signs in the game for some reason.
Or is he? He might be a cover-up. He might be that serial killer we're all looking for.
Nah, his stream's really cool. I've been enjoying the stuff Marty's been putting up.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll let Brooklyn take over, and we're gonna go flying so high we're gonna leave the freaking atmosphere and have a.
Well,
see where we go.
So this idea started because I think Bruce sent me a link to this, and scientists are now saying there's some Pythagorean theorem type way that they figured this out.
Say that word again, because I don't think that's a word, Brooklyn.
Pythagorean.
Pythagorean theorem.
But they did all this math and all this other stuff, and I read the article, and pretty much they were like, well, we're guessing, but they think that there is at least 36 alien intelligent civilizations,
like whole worlds, like Earth,
like Earth, intelligent, where you have we're at the same level that we're at or more advanced.
They're all smarter than us, unless they have better weed.
That's just in the Milky Way.
Yep.
Just in the Milky Way.
Just in the Milky Way.
Holy shit! Seriously?
For real.
Wow.
For
Because
real.
the Milky Way ain't that big if you think about it.
Well, it's 100.
No, I mean it is, but in relevance to like again like what we be looking at with like the Hubble telescope, where we be looking at stars that are suns from other galaxies that are a million light years away, which translates to that light came here from 1,000,000 years ago.
Yeah, some of them lights that we see, that thing burnt out millions and
Yeah.
millions of years ago. It just took that long
Correct.
for the light to travel. That's some
Yep.
wild. That is wild. Because, you know, you turn on a flashlight and it's like instant.
Yep.
So imagine turning on a flashlight, leaving it on so long that it burns out, and then the guy down the street takes another 30 years to see it.
What is there like light year, right? Doesn't that mean like the way that
How long is a light year?
That's what I'm saying.
A light year is how long it takes a beam of light to travel a distance. Which
1 year.
Would be 1 year, correct?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, if they say that it's 1,000,000 light years away, it would take 1,000,000 years.
For that light, for us to
Yeah.
see it.
Right.
Wow.
Not fucked.
That,
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
that is
It really
crazy.
is.
That's like a...
And like imagine because you're getting also like these like sound bursts too.
Right.
That maybe that's other civilizations like contacting us to asking us for help, but they're already dead because they died 3 billion years ago because they were 3 billion light years away,
That's fucked up.
Yep.
and we were the only ones that could help them.
Wow. Yeah, but if we build a time machine, we can...
Oh God.
we can still help them.
Yeah.
We call that Marty McFly.
Yeah.
We get the garbage, and me and him.
DeLorean.
Yeah,
We
we'll
get the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the DeLorean fired up, and we're gone. I want the cool one that flies, though.
Word.
Oh yeah, no, the second one flew.
Yeah.
The first
And
one
it
had
ran
to get
off
to
of
88.
garbage instead
Yeah.
of
The second
plutonium.
one, the wheels turned upwards as it hovered.
Yeah.
Kind of like the same thing as the hoverboard from the skateboard.
Yeah,
That was a cool movie.
that was a cool movie.
The third one I didn't like though. The third one they were like cowboys.
Yeah, the
It
Wild
was
West.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got
Alright.
weird at that point.
Let's leave Earth again.
Yeah.
This
well,
is Bruce's fault.
so, but no. Okay, so you know
Come
how
back
I'm
down to
telling you about the radio waves and stuff,
Yeah.
and well, not just radio waves, but like the light beams and all that shit. Well, did you know that space is completely silent?
Yep.
Completely
In the vacuum
silent.
of space. Yep.
There
Yeah.
is no atmosphere in space, and that means that
No air, no gas, nothing.
sound has no medium way to travel to be heard.
Yep.
And it says that astronauts use radios to stay in communication while in space, since radio waves can still be sent and received.
Okay.
thought
So I
that was
guess-
could you imagine just hearing nothing?
So I guess if you were standing on the wing of the spaceship and you started talking, as soon as you open your mouth, nothing would come out. So you'd
Yeah.
have to use the walkie-talkie inside the spacesuit, and then the FM signal transfers
Even if
the
you're
voice.
in your spacesuit, you couldn't talk.
Well, yes.
Well, but if
There's
you
not
were,
two people in your spacesuit. You
but
can.
you would like vacuum suck into shrinking if you.
Well, you don't put the helmet up to say
Well,
something. Brooklyn
well,
thinks you
well.
could open up the helmet.
All a spacesuit is a rubberized suit basically that goes around the body that's filled with air that we breathe. That's why if they have any puncture or anything like that, they run
Duct
the
tape.
risk of them dying because of that little puncture because they'll run out of air, so they have to get back inside. Which we're now looking at newer spacesuits that are going to be actually tight to the skin.
Wow, like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You would look like a Power
Yeah,
Ranger.
Kinda like a
it's gonna look
scuba.
Like you're in like a scuba gear type thing when you're
What?
going out into space now.
They
Which is
probably.
pretty cool, and
it
you
is.
don't run the risk. And again, it gives because again, if you watch any of the lunar landing videos, you've seen them. They were all hopping around like the State Marshmallow guy.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean.
I saw them. They just launched.
That State Pump Marshmallow guy.
That was the awesomest ghost, too.
When,
Boom, boom.
I heard he's coming next.
Them new spacesuits they just launched at SpaceX, them dudes look pretty cool.
yep.
So.
Did you watch that?
I watched parts of it.
Yeah,
I
I
watched
only
it.
got to see a couple of pictures about it.
I watched it lift off.
Lift off, did you?
I did. I watched it.
I saw one of the cameras. It was like the afterburner was just finishing, and then it got released to get sent back down, and I watched that come back down. That's all I. It was an all-day affair, and I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a
Okay.
wonder to be able to see, us going into space and it not being something that's just completely controlled by the government.
I think
which
so
is good.
too. Yeah, absolutely.
Because it debunks a lot of what people try to look at as conspiracy theories. Because again, before everything was controlled by the government, where now, we've got our own people out there. We've still got NASA out there. We're working with each other.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we got Space Force coming.
Space Force.
Space Force, yeah.
Space Force. But as silly as it sounds, I do think it's actually necessary. I think we got aliens to worry about now.
I think they should let me design a line of toys.
I don't know. I
Just let
think
me
if we
design
had
Space
aliens
Force
to
toys.
worry about, we would have had to have worried about them a long time ago. I don't think that they would have waited for us to build up our civilization if they've been watching us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And they
maybe
can't be dumber than us, like trying to be like, oh, what are they up to? Because they wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
what if they're all so smart that they're watching us make this really cool place and finish all our buildings and have these badass cars and shit, and then they're just gonna like wipe us out with Corona, and then they got like these cool places to live.
What if?
Like maybe that's the plan. Now they could just move in, get rid of our bodies, and they got like cool shit.
What if? With the dinosaurs? No, with the dinosaurs.
Crazy.
Now we're space coasting.
With the
Space
listen,
goats.
with the dinosaurs, what if the asteroid that came and killed them all was actually a spaceship and we were on it and we're all the aliens?
Hey, I mean, it can be possible. I mean, again,
That we just
when-
all
when
hit our
they
heads
say
and
that,
forgot about it.
Microorganisms and stuff like that can survive through deep space on
Hit our
asteroids
heads.
and stuff like that. So, the assumption, but I mean, the notion of that is kind of indifferent because again, they said that there was prehistoric man back then as well.
There was.
Yeah,
There actually
definitely was cavemen.
There was. They have a
But
fossil of it.
they were two totally different hominids at that time.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we squished the dinos.
So, can anybody guess what the hottest planet in our solar system is?
Sun.
The sun's not a planet.
Oh. It's round.
I'd probably say Mercury.
It is Venus.
Venus.
Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system and has an average surface temperature of, any guesses?
Is that the closest planet to the sun?
I don't know.
No, Mercury is the closest one.
Huh.
Venus is out a little further.
So you would
But
would
Venus
wonder
has
why-
a lot of gas and stuff like that on it.
And you said
I would have
Mercury.
Probably like 300 plus degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so I had to bring up a converter for Celsius to Fahrenheit. So it says that it's actually around 450 degrees Celsius. So when I put 450 degrees Celsius into the
conversion.
mass capacitor.
It's a mass capacitor.
Yeah.
Flux capacitor?
Flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor. Yeah.
But it's 842 degrees.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah.
that's hotter than I can cook a pizza.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The floor is always lava there.
Yep.
Damn.
Wow.
That's like...
And I cry when it's 95 out.
Alright.
And then, the next little factoid is like what you just were talking about, is that Venus is not the closest planet to the sun. But Mercury is closer, but because Mercury has no atmosphere to regulate temperature, it has a very large temperature fluctuation. So it's not like constant.
Constant, gotcha. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because the reason that it doesn't have an atmosphere is because of all the solar storms, from all the solar radiation storms that came from the sun, it blew the atmosphere away from Mercury.
Did you ever see a video of a solar storm or?
I just got Bill Nye.
On the sun? Like it looks like fireballs jumping and.
Oh, that is called something on the sun.
Yeah, they have like videos, and it's like fireballs jumping, and the sun's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's probably really hot there. It's probably hotter than Venus.
Well, our sun is actually one of the smaller stars that are suns in our complete universe. It's pretty crazy.
That's one of the smaller ones?
Yeah, it's one of the smaller ones.
Huh.
It's gonna burn up, and we're
I tell you what,
of years.
Marty was the right guy to come on the show for Space Day.
I know, right? He's the right guy to come on the show for a lot of that.
He's a smart motherfucker.
He really is.
He really is.
Yeah.
I'm not going through all that. Just
Brooklyn won't even read more than a paragraph. My brain melted about 3 years ago, so Marty's keeping us afloat. He's driving the spaceship now.
Is Jupiter, which has some of the biggest storms in our solar system, including the Eye, which is actually a group of a whole bunch of smaller storms that all merge together. But in certain parts of the atmosphere, it actually rains where when it compresses the material, it turns into diamonds.
I did hear that.
Back down.
I did hear that.
So it rains so hard, it compresses it into diamonds.
It's everything mixed.
It's like liquid hydrogen, and then as the liquid hydrogen then falls to the planet, as it gets closer, the gravity, the forces that are there, as it's still a liquid,
it's making like
turns it into a diamond as it falls further into the planet and then returns back into liquid.
That is insanity.
Which is how we had learned to use those same principles of putting it under
pressure,
so that we're making them.
Isn't it interesting?
On our planet, under certain pressures, making them like that.
Yeah, making a synthetic diamonds.
Yeah, I always thought it was so interesting. So we can't physically travel to some of these places and stuff.
It's because of the static electricity and the lightning bolts that are generated. That as it falls, it does that.
But what I'm saying is, it's amazing how these scientists can know, even though they're not there, they're not testing the air, and they're not, they can look at it and do all this other stuff.
Figure all that
out.
Well, what we do is we send out certain satellite or certain probes out there, and then they fly around. And as we get to the next point where we're going to be sending another one out there because that one's running out of fuel or it's had damage or something like that, what we do is we then crash that into the planet so that the last thing that it does is collect as much data about going into the planet as possible.
Wow.
Gotcha.
See,
and we're also not leaving space junk out there because, again, we've left so much space junk out there around our planet that they were saying by, I think it was 2040, we could start to actually see it as a slight ring.
Wow.
Yeah, it starts coming back. It falls in too sometimes, the space junk.
Maybe that's what happened to Saturn.
Satellites and stuff, the old burnt out ones, or they shut a satellite off because they put a better one up.
Yeah.
So they're still in orbit, but since they ain't got their
and tons of stuff.
So we're polluting the friggin' space.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked up of us.
So when the aliens are driving by in their spaceships, they're when they go past Earth, it probably look like a trailer park.
I've seen some nice trailer parks though. So.
Yeah, but you see the trailer parks with the little flamingos and stuff? That's the nice senior citizen trailer park. But you see one with a pickup truck and all the space junk outside and a satellite.
Space junk.
And you could see that in Alabama.
Do you think...
Imagine what space looked like.
Do you aliens lock their doors when they pass Earth?
Oh, definitely. They're locking the doors. The alien wife's like, honey, hit the gas. Let's go.
Right?
We're in the wrong solar system.
That's why you always see them coming in groups and shit.
Yeah, they're like, ew, space junk in their orbit? Nasty.
Hey, I'm going past Earth. I could really use somebody to come be my bodyguard.
Yeah. God, space junk everywhere. Jeez.
Well, speaking of aliens, there may have been life on Mars. I did read one thing a couple of days ago, actually, that said that Mars has like their own like polar caps. So me reading that, polar, that's ice. Ice is water.
Now, is this from what you read?
This is my thought process.
So you read this, and you read that they found polar caps on Mars, and now Brooklyn says there's life because she found.
Well,
snow.
no, okay, no. So the life on Mars is a maybe fact. I mean, it's a fact.
Well, again, any planet that they could kind of find the building block of life, which is water.
Water.
You know, we have to start
I'm not
assuming.
crazy.
And again, you know, from asteroids and stuff like that crashing into our moon, like on the dark side of the moon, where the biggest crater in our moon is, we found big deposits of ice.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about using almost like the moon as like a solar gas station, if you will, because scientists are talking about taking the ice, which is melted down water, H2O, split into its basic molecules is hydrogen and oxygen.
Marty took it to molecules. It's like a scientist.
He's Bill Nye. He's Bill Nye.
He is like our scientist. So he's our gaming expert, our science and space expert.
Musical genius.
Yeah, musical genius. Dang. We got ourselves an all-around guest.
Yeah, but again, with that, you could use both of those gases as a propellant. So.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
It's just not strong enough of a propellant to use to get off of our planet. So that's why it isn't feasible here. But in outer space, with such low gravity, you can use that propellant to move around from planet to planet or wherever you go.
Yeah, because you don't need much in space. I remember when I was in school, they said if you let off, say, like a fire extinguisher on the moon or in space, just a little squeeze, like the smallest little puff that came at it, I think, you'll never stop.
Yep. Oh, so it's like like a jetpack, like.
Well, if you did it a lot, you know how fast you would go? There's nothing holding you back.
That's nuts.
So the littlest, if you farted, say, the littlest puff, you would never stop unless you turned around and had an equal puff to go the other way.
Yep.
So one little puff, you can travel for infinity.
Why
you're just
is
going to
it
travel
when you're
that slow.
on the moon though? Like when you see like whenever like they land on the moon and
the
it's
moon,
like slow. It's like the.
Well, because they're Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, like Marty says, and
that and the
moon has its own gravity.
The moon, with it being so small,
yes, it does.
It has a pull towards you. So again, it gives you some weight, but you're not as heavy.
Yeah, the gravity's different than Earth's gravity, but it does have some gravity on the moon. Yep. But if you're out in space, there's nothing.
Yep, exactly.
I always thought there was no gravity on the moon.
No, there's gravity on the moon. It's just less than Earth's.
Yep.
Every planet has gravity, and every planet has its orbit, and every planet has an atmosphere. I think.
No, not every planet. Every planet.
I might be wrong about the atmosphere.
Has had atmospheres at point.
But I think they all still have orbits because of their gravity.
But not every planet still has, because again, like Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere anymore.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, I was wrong about the atmosphere, but they got gravities.
Yep, they all have gravity.
Oh, I didn't even read my part.
It's all the relevance of mass.
Yeah.
So what the scientists are saying is that all the planets in our solar system, apart from Earth, Mars is the one that is most likely to be hospitable to life. in 1986,
86.
NASA found out I just added the word out. NASA found what they thought may be fossils of microscopic living things in a rock recovered from Mars.
Huh.
Even if you let's say they take like the sample of the ground at whatever planet they're on,
Yeah.
and they do all these tests. Even if they find and it's dead, a like microscopic organism, that's life.
Yeah,
and they consider that life too, and that's what you need, like that, and like bacteria, and like a couple other things you need.
Yep.
That's what you need to start life.
I wonder who's going to be the first guy to have enough balls to take their helmet off.
Oh, that'll be many years down the road.
Yeah.
After bringing, because again, they're talking about bringing plants and biomes up there to start trying to bring the planet back to life.
See, I told you that.
I say we just send up some sucker and be like, take your helmet off and let's see what happens.
But
if you survive and come back, your record's clean or something. I know somebody will go up.
Didn't that happen? What was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
What
was that? Was it Total Recall? Was that Total Recall?
There was a space one where they their helmets broke. It was on Mars or some shit.
And yeah, it was on Mars, and it was like.
Yeah, they would implode.
But it was like clay that they melted as the special effects to make it look like the guy was melting.
Well, that movie's probably back in '86 with this fact.
Yeah.
The Mars discoveries are all in 1986.
Probably.
That was it.
Now the snow, the polar caps on it was news.
Yeah.
That was new.
So now we can ski on Mars. That's pretty dope.
So do you remember Halley's Comet?
Yeah. Does it come around every 100 years?
Every, 75 to 76.
Oh.
So it won't orbit past Earth again.
Okay.
Until 2061.
I'll be dead.
You think?
I don't know. I can't math.
I can't math.
No, not right now.
That's another 41 years from now.
I can't speak.
Oof. If not, I'll be looking out my deathbed window. I'll be like 90. I'll be like 102. I don't know. I'm not counting really.
I don't know how.
I'm not counting.
I'm not.
I don't even try anymore.
I did my math for the day.
Yeah, I did my math. I got my paper for doing the math, and I'm done for life
Your
now.
paper for doing the math?
Yeah, you get that when you get out of school.
The
paper you get in school. You do
diploma?
You do the math and reading, and you get the paper, and then you don't have to do that shit no more. You just go to work and live.
Diploma?
Yep. That's what it's called. You get one of those.
I know, I have a few.
Oh, okay, I got one. You think you're special?
Just a bit.
Just a bit? Well, mine's in a fancy folder thing, so.
Mine's in a filing cabinet somewhere.
Guess how much do you think a spacesuit costs?
On Wish or in real life?
I'd probably say at least like $1.5 million, $2 million.
And why does the one on Wish have a weird hot dog pocket?
We've got a back door.
It's got a back door flap. The one on Wish is $12, and I'm going to say the real life one is probably $8,000. What'd you say, Marty?
$1.5 million to like $2 million.
$1.5 million to $2 million, and I'm at 8,000. So, what? Well, you know the answer.
$12 million.
Whoa.
Per suit.
They should definitely try the one on Wish.
70%.
Definitely get that one.
70% of that cost is for the backpack and control module. 70% of that $12 million goes to that.
What's that do? That is a big ass backpack.
That is, and I think you do like the like a jetpack with it.
I don't know. Did the astronauts have
when they do the spacewalk?
I'm not sure.
What would that be called? Like a thruster?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why is the thruster so funny, Brooklyn?
I don't know.
What's in the book bag?
I saw it. No, they do spacewalks, and they connect. They have like a rope or something that connects them.
A tether?
And sure, and backpack. And then like if they need to like go to like one part of the spaceship to like do the repairs or whatever, it like it could have been a movie though. Might not have been a documentary. I think that might have been on an episode of The 100.
See, I'm looking it up too, but there's just so much freaking reading on the internet.
I don't want to do the... I
don't even want facts then. I'm just going to let Brooklyn make shit up.
I've been doing the reading all week.
So yeah, it probably doesn't do all that fancy shit. It's just a jetpack that ties to the spaceship. There we go. Probably has your air in it or something too. It's like a big scuba. We'll call it a scuba.
Scuba space.
I bet you we should buy a space chute just to fishbowl.
A chute?
Shoot. Space chute to fishbowl. $12 million just to fishbowl.
That better be top shelf.
Yeah, we're going to need some sponsors to pull us off. And then Marty's been on the show a lot, so we need 3 spacesuits. So that's 12 times 3.
Well, how many people are there in the United States?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
If everybody in the United States gave us $1, we might be able to pull it off. Send me your money.
We'll call it Bruce and Brooklyn's space program. We don't even have a freaking spaceship. We'll just sit in the studio.
Send podcasters to space.
Yeah. We'll get one of them green screens and we'll just be like, see, we made it. We'll have the helmets down and shit.
One day on Venus is longer than one Earth year.
Is it further out than us?
Please excuse that's math.
Well, I guess they all have their own rotations and they orbit the sun in their own speeds.
Isn't there a way a way to remember the order?
Yeah, you need one of them things that hang in the classroom.
I think there was, but
with the little balls.
Remember.
Well, no, remember he had please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That was for math.
Okay. I have no clue what you're talking about. An algorithm.
Algorithm.
It's not called an algorithm.
Acronym.
Marty Science and Such.
I'm looking it up.
He's going to start a second page.
Marty Science Channel.
Marty Science and
Science
shit.
Guy.
Tell you, he's surprising me.
What did we say? It wasn't an acronym. What was it? Or it is an acronym?
It is an acronym. If Marty said it, it's probably fact. He's like our encyclopedia.
How do you spell acronym? Acronym.
We're fucking shot.
That was another thing that I had seen a couple of months back was one thing with Bill Nye, which is pretty cool, where they're trying to use what they're calling a solar sail, which is basically the same principles as a sail for a sail ship, and they're trying to use the solar storms that obviously push stuff around in outer space to use this to be able to get movement in outer space.
Kind of like propel it. That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Bill Nye did.
Yeah.
So the acronym for remembering the planets is my very educated mother just served us noodles.
Whoa.
It used to be my very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas, but Pluto's no longer a planet.
Why ain't Pluto a planet?
It's too small.
It's too small. It's a size.
Dwarf planet.
Yeah.
It's still a planet, but it's within a different category of planet.
Interesting.
So I guess M would be Mars or Mercury. Mercury. I think it's Mercury. Mercury, Venus, Earth.
That's where I live.
Mars, Jupiter.
Makes you stupid.
Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and then Pluto.
Saturn's an interesting planet. I always
thought it was pretty.
I always was amazed by the ring thing and all that other stuff.
That's their space junk.
That's not their space
That's
junk.
the other
They're still
trailer
trying to.
Those are rings of gases.
That's not trailer park.
Everything with the. They believe there's another planet that has a really, really funky orbit that comes into our orbit and then goes like out into space for a very, very long period of time, which they're calling Planet X.
Planet X?
But,
So like floats in and out of our orbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it like comes into our orbit and then like rotates around our orbit and then like goes way far back out for like a couple thousand years and then it'll come back
That's
and do
the
the same
aliens.
thing.
That's them watching to see if we built up our civilization yet.
Yep.
That's them checking, saying, nah, we need more stuff.
Hey, you never know.
Just swinging through.
I don't know, man.
Or they just keep checking back to see if the neighborhood got cleaned up, if Earth has got their shit together.
Safe.
They like swoop in every 1,000 years, like, oh, they're still fucking at it. They didn't even cut the grass. Mosquitoes fucking everywhere.
I wouldn't want to come to this planet just because of the mosquitoes.
I know.
Like, what purpose do like mosquitoes serve?
To suck your blood and make babies.
Like, no, like even like as annoying as they are, flies, like they serve a purpose, and that's the maggots and all that other stuff.
Decompositions.
But what the fuck is?
What word is decompositions?
Decomposition.
When the body decays.
Yeah.
Like flies eat it. Decompositions. I can't say that shit. Decomposing.
Decompose.
But you know what word I'm looking for.
Decomposition.
I said it 3 times.
I can't get it. I'm going to stay away from big words the rest of the day.
That's cool, man. You just totally threw me off, man. In 3.75 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies will collide.
Collide?
Collide.
So, do you think it'll be like a car pileup of planets?
I think...
And stars, and, yeah.
So it's gonna be like
until everything settles.
You think that could be like
a pool table?
Yep.
Or like a Big Bang? Everything will come together and
there's going to be a whole bunch of just different things crashing into each other at that point.
Because there's a black hole in the center of each galaxy, and if those 2 black holes meet, it's like imploding on itself.
Gotcha. Unless like
it would be major catastrophe. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
Unless it'd be like 2 Earths would just hit each other and they would just like crush a little bit, but they would just stick, so it just looked like a pair of balls. But then we'd have like more like trees and shit. So it'd be like double the trees, double the air. Maybe we'd have a better planet if we like had ball planets.
Wasn't that on Spaceballs? Wasn't that like one of the premises of Spaceballs? Didn't they have like their helmets looked like penises and stuff, and they looked like dicks?
Yeah. The bad guys were all dicks.
I remember Rick Moranis.
Yeah, he's like tiny with that big head.
Isn't that what they called him?
What?
It was like something like the big head or something.
The dark helmet.
Dark helmet.
Helmet, or I don't know.
I don't remember. But
It's been a while since I watched.
I tried to have see if it was available on Amazon Prime or something, and I didn't see it. I was looking. Did you know if 2 pieces of the same type of metal touch in space, they will be permanently bonded?
Instant fusion?
Instant fusion.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
No.
Because normally it takes, like, there's a thing called friction welding where they actually vibrate two pieces of metal, and it's kind of like in a press. But as they vibrate and then the pressure goes together, the metal actually heats up from the friction. And then it's like at such a thing, they do it for a couple minutes, and then it turns like cherry red. And then when they let it cool off, they're together.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
You know? But I don't know how that would work in space if there's no friction.
Yeah.
Just touching, I mean, you know what I mean? That's like some Chris Angel magic, like metal melting into metal.
Like those rings that like you can like...
Chris Angel's in space!
Those rings that you can like, that they're stuck together, then you do this like crazy thing and you pull them apart.
That's how he does it. He's from space. Maybe he's an alien.
He looks like an alien.
Yeah, he's a weird looking dude. He's probably going to just appear now and punch us.
Probably.
We're talking shit. As soon as he hears this, he's just going to like magically appear in the studio. Yell mind freak and kick us in the nuts.
Golly.
Mind freak, sucker.
Did you know the moon was once a piece of the earth?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Attached?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when our planet and its sister planet crashed into each other that the big chunk that became the moon broke off of the planet.
Wow. I wonder where that hole is.
The Grand Canyon.
There you go.
Watch me be right. Holy shit, I'm getting another degree in science. Brooklyn does science.
I can see it's the Brooklyn and Marty science show, and Bruce looking for a fucking job. I'll work the camera or something. Sweep the floor.
It just reminds me of The Office when Andy gets his job back and he's mopping the carpet.
Stupid.
Well, I guess you only get it if you watch The Office. Did you know there's a volcano on Mars that is 3 times the size of Mount Everest?
No.
Does it have lava?
Well, it's 600 kilometers wide and 21 kilometers high. And they called it Olympus Mons. It's a volcano on Mars that may still be active according to scientists. It is the tallest of any planet. However, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, the Rhea Silvia Central Park, or Central Peak.
Did you say salvia?
Silvia. Rhea Silvia.
Rhea Salvia. We got
Sylvia. Like the girl's name, Sylvia. Central Peak on the asteroid Vesta is taller at 22 kilometers.
But is there lava?
Kilometers or kilometers?
Kilometers.
What's km?
Kilometers.
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 Psh. Psh. I don't know. So it's...
I'm like Mr. Wizard's wife. Yeah, Mr. Wizard's wife. Well, we put it up on all of our platforms, and we only got back one response, which is kind of fucked, but whatever.
Damn. Brooklyn's pissed off.
I asked if anybody had any space questions that they wanted us to air.
We got a space question.
We got a space question on our Facebook page.
All we needed was one. And it was a good one, because we could have got 200 stupid ones and had to read all that mess.
Yeah.
But we got one good one that's like fucking gold.
I thought it was funny. Are you ready for this?
It's a good one.
So, I really thoroughly enjoyed this question, and the answer is even better. So, the League of Extraordinary Gamers on Facebook wanted to know, why is it called the Milky Way when milk is only produced on Earth? Any guesses?
It's a pretty interesting question.
I don't know, because cows don't live in space.
I got the answer.
Of course, Brooklyn's got the answer.
I got the pizza.
I got Google.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
We gotta let other things do our work for us.
I'm just glad you can type because I couldn't.
Well,
I would just totally have to make up answers to everything because I could barely type.
Yeah, Bruce does like the two fingers on each hand, the 2 pointer fingers. So when he eats, like, you know, like this.
It took me 20 minutes to hashtag Marty's stream today.
Like, thank God we have computers. Could you imagine if he was doing that on a typewriter?
Oh God.
I just don't do it. There's a bird on top of the typewriter.
What is that noise that it makes? I was trying to make it. I was making it in my head, but when it came out, it sounded like a fucking bird.
That sounded like a pigeon.
It's a new typewriter sound. Well, so I can't even say it.
Spit it out.
The answer to this question is really fucked. It's funny. The Milky Way gets its name from a Greek myth about the goddess Hera, who sprayed milk across the sky. Any guess as to how?
She sprayed milk across the sky. I'm gonna go with she was milking the cow.
What cow?
I don't know. Where the fuck are you gonna get milk from? Obviously a cow's involved, so she tripped over the stool, and when she tripped, she grabbed the udder and fell really hard, and the fucking milk just shot. And now we got the Milky Way?
Like a milk fight?
Yeah. What do you think, Marty?
What do you think?
I don't know.
So, I guess Zeus was trying not to wake her, and baby Hercules needed to be fed. So, he put baby Hercules on her breast to breastfeed.
Oh, it was titty milk?
She woke up and was startled.
She shot titty milk across the sky?
Yes.
How far
That's
can
why it's called the Milky Way. Hey,
How far can a
that's a
woman
pretty good answer.
How far can a woman shoot breast milk?
So I googled that.
Did you?
There is a whole women squirting breast milk community, and it's not just porn.
She said, and it's not just porn. So is it like pregnant ladies have water fights?
Well, apparently.
Bunch of pregnant ladies running around skirting each other
So,
like
remember-
super soakers.
Remember as a kid and you would have block parties?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they would have the watermelon seed spitting contest?
Yeah.
Okay, well, picture that but with breast milk.
Wow, really?
Yes.
How far does it shoot? Like a foot?
So, some of these women claim to
How
have
far do you think a woman could shoot their breast milk, Marty?
20, 25 feet.
What?
What the fuck?
You really? I was thinking a foot if they squeezed or kind of
prepare it.
Hey,
kind of like a pimple, you know? He said 25 feet. Maybe he's right.
25. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, okay,
You never
so
know.
there are these women that claim to have shot theirs 20 feet.
20
But
feet.
Guinness Book of World Records calls them fucking liars because some woman did have it. And she has the Guinness Book of World Records for it, and
Okay.
it was 9 feet.
9 feet is the Guinness record. 9 feet from shooting
Still.
milk out of your...
Yeah, 9 feet.
It's impressive, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's totally impressive. I personally,
Brooklyn, if I bring a
Not
tape
wouldn't
measure
do
on
it.
the next show...
no. That was really, really funny. I thought that was a great question.
I didn't expect that answer.
No.
Because a Greek goddess shot breast milk across the sky.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
I was sitting
Yeah.
there going oh, okay, this is cool. We're going to get some smart alecky, questions. But it was an even better smart alecky answer.
Yeah, that was a really good question.
I thought it was the best. The absolute best. Well, did you know that they are trying to see how the marijuana plant grows when it's in outer space?
Space weed.
Technically, it would be space weed, yeah.
Well, if they're growing in space, yeah.
The beer companies do it right now with the barley.
Okay.
And they're having, like, really, really good success with it.
Why do they try to grow barley and weed in space?
Okay, so what they're saying is that with the Earth and our gravity on Earth, it's, like, weighing everything down.
Okay.
So they think that with it being in space and there being no gravity in space...
Get, like, bigger buds?
Maybe.
Whoa.
Better plant, less stress on it.
But yeah, I was gonna say it's putting less stress on the plant. The plant can grow larger.
Maybe everything's like triple in size because there's no like gravity.
Cool.
But don't the plants still need air?
Well, again, that's just like when we're out in space for long periods of time, our body will start to stretch and our bone density starts to go away because again, we're not using anywhere near as much of our muscle to
hold
movements
ourselves
in space. So again, you'll see some people that come back from space and then they have to lay down in a hospital for like a couple of weeks.
Did you
before
know?
they can even start walking around again in Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's probably like having the bends from when you're going super deep scuba diving coming up. They got like if they don't decompress right, you get really sick and.
Did you know that is what they're saying are that aliens are us because of that? They're saying that like the Atlanteans, like the big rumor is the Atlanteans were aliens or they figured out how to, because they were such a smart
race
civilization that they just flew into outer space. So they flew into outer space, and what they're saying is because of like the effects that we just talked about like the body stretching and all that other stuff, and they're so advanced that they could just talk telepathically as it was, that they're actually the aliens.
The Atlantis people?
Like, they turned into the aliens.
Didn't they live underwater?
That's another one. That's another rumor about them.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Or they probably lived above land, and then the water flooded them.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
And that's why they flew off.
Makes you think, though.
Flew off.
Yeah, it
Makes
does.
you think.
It does. There's a lot of things that go on, just out of space in general. It just makes you really think.
I am a big conspiracy theorist as a paranormal specialist.
That's right. Brooklyn said in the last episode that she is an official.
I didn't say official.
Paranormal ghost veteran, I think she said. A ghost veteran, certified, Brooklyn approved, trademarked, patent.
I'm adding ancient aliens to that list.
Yeah, she writes her own degrees for herself.
Yep.
Ancient alien expert.
So there is a strain.
A
Flower called Space Queen.
Okay.
And it is apparently it's legendary. It's a legendary hybrid created and famed by famed breeder Vic High of BC Growers Association.
That's cool.
It's a cross between Romulan and Cinderella 99. Space Queen presents a wide array of phenotypes, all of which possess great potency. So basically, it tends to provide. You get like a speedy buzz, trippy, more intense.
I like it.
So it's like crack.
No.
No.
It's uplifting. It's more sativa, uplifting, good, spacey, floaty.
Spacey, floaty.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
Spacey,
It's always a thing.
Spacey, floaty.
If we say it on this show, it's a thing, and
It's now a thing.
So Marty, the science guy.
yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing. We'll make a T-shirt. That's what I'll do.
T-shirt.
Make a T-shirt.
Yeah,
Marty
Marty
the
the
science guy. Make a T-shirt.
we'll have to merch them.
Merch.
Merch them.
Merch.
Marty the Science Guy t-shirts. That's badass.
Merch.
Yep. Got Bruce the dumb guy. Brooklyn the half smart woman.
It's funny. I know a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I don't know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's like I know a lot of stuff, but I ain't no shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm full of useless information. I guess that's a better way to put it. Like, I can tell you, like, the stupidest shit, but I won't know something important or remember for that matter.
I like to tell you stuff like I know what I'm talking about and not have the answers to it.
He's a good bullshit artist.
Yeah, I'm dumb. My buddies always be telling me all the time, like, hey, man, you're just an encyclopedia of knowledge. And it's because, again, I read a lot of stuff and keep up on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big documentary person. Hey guys, Brooklyn here. Need to boost your business or page? Ask us about advertising. Also, if you would like to be a guest on our show, shoot us a message and we'll make it happen. Subscribe to Pot of Coffee Podcast on YouTube. Follow at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter. And like our Facebook page and the group page. And now, back to our show. Alright, so you got your plugs for the night?
Yep. And again, you can find me over at Facebook at / Marty's Gaming. Discord at Marty's Gaming number 4829. YouTube Marty's Gaming and such. Twitter at and Marty.
Twitter.
Instagram Marty's Gaming.
IG.
TikTok at Marty's Gaming and such. The WeTube Marty's Gaming and such.
The
and Snapchat Marty's Gaming.
There you go. And I guess for us, subscribe to Pot of Coffee Podcast on YouTube. Follow at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter. And like our Pot of Coffee on Facebook page. We're also on the WeTube. Pot of Coffee. We are doing a 420 raffle. We're officially calling it a 420 raffle.
Yep.
I'm officially calling it.
We decided we were official when we officialized
When
it.
we officialized it.
And we officialized it when we officialized
And that's official.
That's official.
That is official.
It's official. So the 420 raffle, once we get 420 likes on all 3 of our platforms, well, I guess we can now add the WeTube to that, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
We'll have to pick up another piece, but
yeah.
I got a piece for the WeTube because it's the WeTube.
Yeah, we'll do WeTube as well. So once we get to 420 likes, follows, subscribers, we're going to give out a sweet piece to one of our lucky 420 of each platform.
Sweet glass piece.
Sweet glass piece.
Yeah, they're all pretty awesome pieces.
It is pretty sweet. They're
Right.
nice. They're very, very nice. Just remember, though, that you must be 21 and show us proof of ID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't send it to nobody younger than that for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's it, man.
All right, everybody. Till next time.
Bye.
Cooking up some good stuff.
What's that? Live long and prosper?
Live long and prosper.
Is that what that is?
Star Trek.